Hey guys, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Carrie Ballara. I've been on social media since 2016. I started just on Instagram. Then 2020 I started doing YouTube videos, and for the past 2 years I've been on and off social media. And throughout all this time, people wonder a lot about my life, and sometimes like I give you guys the options to ask me questions on Instagram just so you guys can get to know me more personally, because I feel like, I don't know, photos on Instagram and videos and reels and TikToks, you can't really tell how that person is personally. If, I don't know, I feel like my whole life people have always stereotyped me, so I just feel like I would really love to show my personality more, and I try to on Instagram, but there's only so much you can do. So before the year ends, I wanted to post 150 videos on my YouTube channel. This is the last video, 150. So if you want to get to know me more and you want to see what I get asked all the time on social media, keep watching this video. Okay, you guys, so the most basic question I get asked all the time is if I have plastic surgery. No, you guys, I've answered this multiple times, but for some reason, like, people just get curious, especially because I have a very, like, interesting body. Like, I have like a woman's body, and then for some reason people find that rare. And so people ask me like if I have implants, people ask me if I have my nose done, people ask me if I have fillers, Botox. People even ask me if like what color I usually dye my hair. And it's okay. I feel like with modern society, anyone who looks attractive, because plastic surgery is so common now, people assume that you have some sort of work done. I've shared a lot on Instagram that my body used to be my biggest insecurity, because when I was little I wanted to be in Disney, and then when I got older I wanted to be a Victoria's Secret model, and I always had like these huge boobs that made me look older, and I would get hit on a lot by men because of the type of body I had. So I've always been like a very shy girl when it comes to relationships, and I didn't like that kind of attention, and I didn't like the hate women would feel because of that. So for a long time I didn't like my body, and it wasn't until I turned 18 that I started really maturing and like loving myself more. Like, I feel like I entered a new world that no longer was in high school, and I accepted myself as I am. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, like in the past I've thought about doing stuff just because it can get to your head, and you know, insecurities are crazy, you guys. Luckily, whenever the idea of plastic surgery has came across my mind, I will talk myself out of it. I don't follow trends, and I'm honestly like really satisfied with how I look. I don't need it now, so why am I gonna go fix something that isn't broken? Maybe in the future, I don't know, my mind will change, but so far to this day I've embraced who I am, and I don't get offended when people ask. Just, it's actually a compliment now whenever someone asks me. But I wish that it wasn't. I wish people were more trusting, and I wish people didn't focus themselves too much on trying to discredit someone and just being so imprudent, because I feel like, just focus on you. Like, I wish people weren't so focused on others and like trying to figure out like what they've done in their life, or like if they see a pretty picture of me, like, oh, what do you have done? Like, I don't know, I just wish that wasn't real. I wish that didn't exist. But no, nothing. Even my hair color is virgin, you guys. My teeth are mine, they're not veneers. And the only thing that does not belong to me is this right here. This is extension, and I've shared it with you guys multiple times. I think you guys could even notice too, because my extension is darker than my natural hair. So yeah, that is the only thing artificial about me. Okay, now for question number 2. I get asked what am I? Like, what do I represent? Like, am I an Instagram model? Am I an influencer? Am I a YouTuber? Am I, you know? I feel like people want to categorize you as something. When we're gonna go back to like my childhood, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I wanted to be famous. Like, I remember seeing the Britney Spears music video. I don't remember exactly what the name of the song is. I think it's called Lucky, where she's like, she's so lucky, she's a star, blah, 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 blah. And I remember I was fascinated by that music video. And I remember telling myself, I want to be that when I'm older. Then as I got older, I realized that what I wanted to do was acting. But being a first-generation Latina and coming from a very low-income family, that was kind of impossible to do. But for some reason, I always like had really high hopes that, you know, my dreams were gonna come true and I was gonna live a miracle. And I kind of always stuck that in my head. As soon as I turned 18, I created a sorry you guys, I'm sick. When I turned 18, I created a modeling portfolio because I used to watch America's Next Top Model a lot, and Tyra Banks would give a lot of really good advice. And she says, if you want to audition, if you want to be an actress, if you want to be whatever, you have to have a portfolio. Because like back in the day, that's how it would work. Now I feel like it's more modern, but when I started, that was like the idea I had in my mind. So I created this modeling portfolio, right? I posted pictures on my Instagram. I made my Instagram public. And within a few months, I was discovered online by a social media manager. He was at the moment managing like a girl with like millions of followers, and he wrote to me and he was interested in doing the same for me. Then I wasn't familiar with social media. I didn't know what it was. I honestly like downloaded Instagram and I posted my pictures, and then that's kind of like how it happened for me. I didn't really do anything else. Then I told him like I want to get into acting, I want to get into television, I want to be like on the cover of magazines, you know, the big dream, something like a little girl would tell like their parents. I literally told him all of that. So he wanted to start me off on social media. He started putting me in all the platforms and I started getting a lot of followers. So that's kind of how I got followers online. Then I realized that him and I weren't understanding my vision. I feel like he had a vision and I had one. So I quickly like left that management and I decided to do it on my own. I found out that there was like this audition for the show called Nuestra Belleza Latina. It was like a show that used to come out in Univision. And when I studied the program, I realized that the girls who participate on there kind of get put on the map in the I can't say this, kind of get put on the map in the entertainment industry. They start working with brands. They start, you know, they like network really well and they start getting agents. They start coming out in movies. They start doing commercials, blah, 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 blah. So then I figured, you know what, this sounds very safe because Hollywood and the entertainment industry is crazy and I always wanted to stay safe. I was like, I'm going to take this route. I'm going to audition and I'm going to work my way because I could have quickly grown very fast with the management I was with, but I genuinely believe like everything that comes to you easily, you lose it easily. I'm on the longer path, but I feel like it's the path of God because I've stayed very well protected and I've accomplished goals, like obviously not like my major goals, but I've accomplished a lot of goals that as a little girl I would have never thought I would have done. So I feel like I'm on a good path and I'm excited for, you know, what the world has, and I genuinely believe that everything that you go through in life like grows you, and I'm more prepared now to handle a heavier career and a more serious task than what I was like 5 years ago. So I'm excited, and that's always been my intention, is like to grow my platform, to be discovered by a director, or to be somehow well connected with an agent who can help me get in that world, and obviously like in a safe way, because I would never like do anything shady to like get blacklisted or any of that for fame or attention or money. And because I just feel like morally, like my morals are above everything in my family. So that's one of my intentions. And then my second one is I've acquired a lot of wisdom throughout my young years because I've gone through a lot. And I feel like people who know my story or who are interested in my story, they feel like this comfortable zone on my platforms, and they share with me very deep things, and they ask for my advice. So that to me is such an honor. Whenever you guys do that, it honors me. And I realized that I really enjoy helping people. Like whenever I get that direct message of someone asking me for help and I'm able to illuminate them and guide them in the right path, it just made my day that they, you know, have an answer now, and I was the person who gave it to them, because that's actually my gift, you guys. My gift in this universe is, you know, channeling whatever you need to hear in that moment, and then you're like, wow, I feel like I really needed to hear that. That's literally my gift in this world. So obviously continue to grow as a star, and to help people along the way is my intention with my platforms. Okay, you guys, so the third question is, people ask me why I don't share my dad on my Instagram or like my YouTube, or certain family members, blah 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 blah. And sorry, I needed a cough. Here's the answer. It's very simple. There's like nothing else to address here. I'm the only person in my family who likes living a public life, and I'm very respectful. Like if I put the camera on you once without asking you, and I feel like you felt uncomfortable, I will never do it again. And sometimes like I'm aware that not everyone wants this life, so whenever I'm filming in like a family setting or like at a party or like whatever, I always ask people before I film if it's okay for them to be on my channel. Even though like my channel is a safe place, sometimes people just don't want to be out there. And my dad's one of those people. He doesn't like the camera, he doesn't like attention, he's very antisocial. He's a good dad, he just doesn't like social media, and that's why I don't post him. That's why I don't post my sisters. They just don't like social media, but I have a great relationship with all of them. And that's basically it. There's nothing more to that answer. This is the question I get asked all the time. I feel like sometimes people think I'm lying, or like I'm keeping a private relationship, or I don't know. I feel like because of how I look and because I have attention online, people think that, I don't know, I have like thousands of guys trying to get at me. But people ask me why I am single, and I can't really explain why. I don't know why God hasn't sent me my soulmate. I know I'm a really good partner, and I feel like everything that I've gone through in life has made me like a greater partner and like more aware. But I just feel like, you know, timing is everything. And I've been single 5 years. In those 5 years I've been working on myself, and I also feel that it's because like I don't focus my energy in relationships. I'm so blessed to have my mom, and since I was very little, my mom always like built up my confidence. She always made me feel like the most beautiful girl in the world. She always like hyped me up and told me that there was no one like me, that I was so unique and special, and that I should never compare myself to anyone. So I feel like because my mom installed all of those qualities in me as a child, I grew up a very secure and confident girl. And I've noticed from like friends, people who jump into relationships is because they can't be alone. Like they have a lot of insecurities and they need a partner to make them feel comfortable. They need a partner to make them feel like they're on the right path. They need someone to tell them that they're pretty, that they're, you know, all of that. And I literally do all of that to myself. Like I am my greatest supporter, I am my biggest fan. And I just feel like when it's time, it's time. Like I'm not closed off to it anymore. I feel like if I told you this 2 years ago, I could have said I'm closed off to dating, just because I was focused on myself and my baby. But I feel like now, like, I know that it's not something I can't handle. Like, relationships, the key is to communicate. And I feel like it's also like an offering. So I feel like I have so much to offer, and I'm so excited for that, because dating and boys is something so new to me. I don't have any experience. I've only had one partner, and since then I haven't dated, I haven't, you know, but I feel like I'm ready, and I'm just waiting for God to send me my soulmate, because I'm a relationship girl. Like, I date to marry. I don't just date to mess around or hook up or any of that. Like, I will not share myself. I'm so stingy with my love. I haven't kissed a guy in like 5 years, and if I wouldn't have seen my ex the weekend that we conceived my child, the last guy I would have kissed would have been Maluma, because I'm so like stingy with myself. I see myself as a diamond, and I'm like, no one can have access to me unless you're the person I'm gonna stay with the rest of my life. So because of that, I'm just very like happy alone, and maybe like God is aware of that, and he just, I don't know, likes to see me happy. And maybe like, I just don't know. I hope that when my partner comes, he makes me grow, and he's someone who's genuinely here to support me. But till then, like, I'm happy where I'm at. Okay, and the question I get asked the most, and I feel like everyone always wonders why I'm a single mom. I guess for like a lot of people, I'm very like physically attractive. I'm smart, I'm kind, I know how to cook, I'm a great mother. Me. Giving my, like, praising myself. But no, I know that I am like an amazing person. Because not only like am I talented, I'm genuinely kind. And I feel like that's the best quality anyone can have, is being a kind person. And here's the answer, you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys think like, how can someone let someone like that slip away, etc., etc., etc. And I think this is like the best way to answer it. When I conceived my baby, I wasn't in a formal relationship with my ex-partner. My ex-partner and I were on and off for 4 years, and in those 4 years, I was so hopeful that he was going to become the guy of my dreams, because those were things he would tell me to keep me around. And because I was so young and I was so naive, I believed all of his lies. Then after 4 years, I learned to respect myself and to put myself first, and we broke up. Then a year later, we, you know, come across each other again. You know, Berlin was obviously meant to be, because we conceived that weekend. We didn't have any plans to get back together. Like, when my ex-partner and I saw each other in New York again, everyone was supposed to go their separate ways. Especially I was like so excited about life and where my life was going that I had no intentions to get in a relationship with him. And I know it sounds crazy, like, why did that happen? The way I see it is, I've never had another partner. So when I saw him in New York, for me, it wasn't like, oh, you know, I'm adding to my number. I was like, it's just him. And I wasn't dating, I wasn't talking to anyone. So I wasn't betraying anyone. So in my eyes, I wasn't doing anything wrong. And then when we conceived, I didn't put in the effort to be in a relationship and have a family with my ex-partner. It was a total opposite. I wanted nothing to do with him. I gave him the option to co-parent. He didn't want to do that. And I feel like a lot of it had to do with me. I genuinely believe that he like loved me in like his weird way, because it would hurt him the fact that I didn't want a family. And he would tell me, I'm not gonna stick around to see you have a family with someone else and like another man raise my kid. So I don't know why I couldn't co-parent with my partner, because, well, with my ex-partner, because I can't think for him. I don't know him. I feel like who he became is someone that I had no idea was hiding underneath him. And well, I'm like very happy on my own. Like luckily I don't receive child support. I've never received a dime from his biological father. I've been raising him on my own. I've been focused on me. And well, I hope that everyone at home sees me as an example. And if you have a similar situation as me, my advice would be like focus on you, on your growth, and like what you want to do in life. Like don't rely on others. And just like become the most amazing version of yourself, and trust me, that will bring you so much happiness. Believe in God and trust me that there's like a higher force that's helping us and that's making us grow and evolve into amazing humans. And I just feel like being a single mom was just part of my destiny. It grew me, and you know, I feel like it helped my family out too, because there's no one in my family as a single mom, so they didn't even understand what it was. And I feel like I brought that empathy to them. So I just feel like it was part of my destiny. And you know, oh wow, like I have such a blessing. And then I see it this way, like I have a blessing to myself that I don't have to share with anyone. So how could I not be happy? Okay, you guys, that is a wrap. Those were a few questions, but I talked a lot just because I wanted to like clear the air. I wanted to address everything, and I want to leave like those concerns and doubts in 2022. Like I feel like 2023 has so many amazing things for me, and like I don't want people to question that about me anymore, because like what I just answered isn't what makes me. Like there's just so much, you know, that I have to offer, and unfortunately like those stigmas like stuck to me because of like what I lived and how I look and blah 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 blah. And then because of other people in the world, I just feel like everyone makes assumptions of like their own experiences, but that's not me. And I'm here to help, I'm here to inspire, and I hope I do that already, and I want to continue to do that more. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.